What's up, everybody? Well, here is another segment of Full House Vacuuming to test vacuum cleaning performance. This time it is on my Eureka ESP 2109. This is the top of the line of the ESP series back then. Well, actually it's second top of the line. The top of the line models back then were self-propelled models. This is the top of the line non-self-propelled Eureka ESP. And since I uploaded the video on this, there has been this one YouTuber who has been requesting me to do this full house vacuum for like the millionth time. And the only reason why I was still contemplating on doing it is people know that the way I do my full house vacuuming is I put a fresh new bag in it, run it through my house, and see how much dirt it picks up. But because the way this F&G bag is designed, it's a bottom fill bag that goes into a top fill. So, yeah, and the last thing I want to do is to have to cut that collar off just to look down in the bag and see what dirt gets picked up. And I don't want to be wasting precious bags that were just barely even new. So after a lot of consideration, and I even took out another fresh new F&G bag, but one thing I found is, I tried this off camera, is I was able to slide my phone deep down into the bag collar. Yeah, how crazy is that? So I decided, you know what? I think maybe this might work. So now that I've figured out how I'm going to do the full house vacuuming, to whom that subscriber who has been requesting this for the millionth time, I can finally just say,
you're getting your wishes, so sit down!
All jokes and annoyances aside, here is the new bag freshly installed. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what this picks up compared to back when I did this same test with my Sanitaire S677D, which has the same 7 amp motor as this one does, but that one had the Vibra Groomer 1 brush roll with brush strips and no beater bars and ST outer bag, whereas this one has the F&G, but with a Vibra Groomer 2 brush roll. I just recently, if anyone watches the videos I did, the 2 maintenance videos I did, I put brand new Vibra Groomer 2 brush strips in it. The strips are very stiff. And this has built-in metal beater bars. So it's going to be very interesting to see what this picks up compared to the time I did it with my Sanitaire. Also, I'm going to make sure I got the regulator set right. I'm honestly not too much a fan of the regulator. Maybe I'm just too used to seeing these with the dial-in app, and I feel like those are a little bit easier to control than these regulators are. But I believe I probably got it set to the right height for this carpet. So let's get started. And so off we go. just to examine carpet lines. Looks very nice. There's obviously a telltale line down the center of the brush path, and that's obviously the belt mark. But fairly decent carpet lines for being a single row brush roll with beater bars. But the brush roll is extremely aggressive, I will tell you. And the airflow is super high, to the point I was trying to make sure the dial-in app was set at the perfect height so it's not super difficult to push and pull. But man, this airflow is super high. I haven't run a 6.5 amp model, but all I see is a difference of 0.5 amps. I do believe those have the same fan chamber than these 7 amps do. But then again, keep in mind, this was before the days of the quick clean fan chamber that they made for the sanitary vacuums. So, let's continue on. right, now that everything's finished, let's go ahead and, well, before I show you the results, I will tell you this. If I didn't know any better, I would have guessed I had my Sanitaire back. And I deeply regret selling that thing. That was a rare, older model with the ST bag and the older style Eureka metal motor that this one definitely has. And I just want to say, for any of you who have one of these vacuums, or at least think you feel like upgrading to a Sanitaire, I suggest you just try finding a way to preserve one of these older ones. Even if you had to do things like replace and modify the cord like I did, because this metal strain relief definitely isn't supposed to be there. I'd put that there so I could run this generic cord that didn't come with a strain relief, because you couldn't get these NOS, or at least I couldn't find one. But anyway, that was that. So now let's go ahead and see what this thing picked up. Now this is gonna be where it gets kind of tricky to show you guys the results here. So okay, already up the tube there is some dirt that collected, and now let's do the thing and slide this thing down the collar and look inside the bag. Do this without dropping my phone in there. I'm not doing this the best, but look at how much got picked up. This is quite honestly very impressive. So now, yeah, that's just how much this thing can pick up. Now keep in mind, yeah, this is a 7-amp motor vacuum with a Vibra-Groomer 2 brush roll and no quick clean fan chamber. All right, now that I'm done cleaning my phone off from all the dust and from what seemed to be sand, which I'm surprised this thing actually even picked up sand, because only vacuums with super high airflow like my Royals and my Kirby's have the capability of picking up sand. So these older Eurekas and even the Sanitaires definitely have super high airflow. Also keep in mind, compared to the Royals and Kirby's, this has a much more narrow brush path, so the airflow density is much higher than a wider nozzled Royal or Kirby. So this likely has better sand pickup than either one of those brands. So I hope you've enjoyed this video of the Eureka of Full House Vacuuming with Eureka ESP 2109. Be sure and stay tuned, and don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.